Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode. Oh yeah. So last week I ended the podcast by playing a tune. This time I'm going to play a tune. A very nice tune. A very soft tune by the band Black Sabbath called Iron Man. Nobody loves him. He just stares at the Ha! There it is. There it is. Iron Man by Black Sabbath. So I hope you enjoyed that little one right there, and hopefully my voice sounds a little bit more clear and not so echoey on this one. So, how you doing? How's everybody's weekend? How's everybody's week? Depending on when this is released, it usually is released on Wednesdays. By that, I have already had an extraordinary weekend, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this weekend because I'm a type of person, especially at this age, that likes to be productive, okay? And in order to be productive, I have to have a good amount of sleep, and that requires not staying up late because I wake up early no matter what. I'm a type of person that when the sun comes up, I'm up. I can't. I don't know what happens to me. I literally could be blacked out drunk and going to bed at 4 a.m. and then when like 7 starts coming around, my eyes just open. It's kind of crazy. But yeah. So this weekend I wanted to be productive as I can possibly be. And I mean, it didn't happen, but it did. I kind of just made it happen. Let me recap my weekend. So Friday comes around, I get off work. I come home, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to chill. I'm going to watch some TV. I'm going to look at some apartments. I'm going to play some music. I'm just going to chill and go to sleep early, wake up in the morning, and get after it, okay? So my boy Jonathan hits me up. Shout out to Jonathan. He's like, hey, I got an extra ticket to go see Chris D'Elia. I was like, oh, nice. If you guys don't know who Chris D'Elia is, he has a podcast. He's a comedian, comedy specials out on Netflix. Very, very funny dude. He is a friend of somebody who I admire very much, Joe Rogan, who has an extraordinary podcast. And he's had Chris D'Elia on several times. Also, he's friends with another pair of podcasters, fighters, actors, comedians, Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub. They have a podcast called The Fighter and the Kid. You could go check that out as well on YouTube, iTunes, and had the opportunity to see him. So I'm chilling. I'm at home. I'm chilling. And I'm already in my PJs. And then he hits me up. Got an extra ticket. You want to roll? And I'm like, of course. Yeah, I want to go to a comedy show and laugh and have drinks and socialize. That sounds amazing. So I get up, get dressed. We go to the spot beforehand to have a few drinks called Magnolios on Lake. And that's a pretty cool spot. They have really, really good fries. I just wanted to say that. We head out from there, and then we go to the Ice House, have some more drinks, and then Chris D'Elia just absolutely gets on stage and murders it. He kills it. He kills it. He does really well. And I don't end up going to sleep until about 2 a.m. as opposed to my normal bedtime, 9:30. So I get up like around 7 or something of the sort. And I'm just tired. Didn't get enough sleep. That feeling when you don't get enough sleep and you're tired and you're groggy and just a little bit cranky and you want to go back to sleep. That was me. But I got to get up, got to do my meditation, got to go to the gym. For whatever reason, I just got to do these things. Okay. They're part of my goals, and I want to hit my goals. And it makes me feel good hitting my goals. So usually I do these recordings on Saturdays and then release them on Wednesdays. I know that's kind of a little bit later, but they're not really time relevant to the point where it's breaking ground news. So I usually do them on Saturdays, and today's Sunday. So obviously I didn't do it on Saturday. So I wasn't as productive as I wanted to be. And it's so funny because I think, and this is a good thing, to just have opportunities come up and have them be real cool opportunities. So that's a Saturday day. I end up like taking a nap, going back to sleep. And then my boy Andrew Capichetti hits me up. And he's like, come over, we'll watch the fights. And I've been over to his house several times, and it's usually just me and him and maybe his brother Julian and maybe one other friend that are watching the fights. So, I go comfortable. I got my glasses on. My hair's not really done. I'm just comfortable. It's like, sportswear, sweats. And then he starts telling me as time goes on, these people are coming, these people are coming, these people are coming. I'm like, oh, okay. So instead of just watching the fights and then going back home and going to sleep, now it's a turn up. Now it's a shindig. Now it's a gathering. Now it's just a debauchery. Now, I don't know if that's the right word because it wasn't that intense, honestly. But end up drinking, end up staying out late, and I'm a little bit tired right now. That's for sure. And like I said, man, I like to be productive. And when you get older, like if you're watching this and you're 21 and you're going out all night and being able to wake up early, fresh in the morning and do all your chores or what have you, God bless you. God bless you, because I'm 30. I feel good, but for whatever reason, I need my sleep. I can't drink all that much and recover quickly. So be weary of that. And man, we were watching the fights, and what great fights. For those who don't know, I am a huge UFC fan, a huge MMA fan. We were even getting down with Bellator yesterday. They had Rory McDonald versus Douglas Lima. I think that's his name, for the 170-pound title. And I feel like Lima got robbed. Rory McDonald, who is perhaps one of the best welterweights, 170-pounder fighters in the world, got his ass whooped real good. Douglas Lima kicked him in the leg several times, and he went down from those kicks. And it had, I don't know, maybe a broken leg or hematoma. Just looked like there was something growing inside of his leg. It just coming out. It was nasty. But who knows? Who knows? I didn't really watch that fight too closely, but from what I did view, I thought Douglas Lima won. I think that's his name. Lima won. Rory put up a good fight as well. And then I feel we didn't really watch the main event for Bellator, which was Rampage Jackson and Chael Sonnen. But I think Chael won that. But the UFC fights, there's this real storm of a character that's hit the UFC fairly recently called Francis Ngannou. And he has the recorded strongest punch in the entire world. They have a performance institute, a UFC performance institute in Las Vegas, and they have a bunch of measuring tools, things that could measure how hard you hit. And he's got the hardest hit, and he's a heavyweight, 260 plus pound gentleman, and 6'4", and just the demon of a fighter. Knocked and almost decapitated Alistair Overeem, who is a whatever champion, and literally almost took his head off. K1 Grand Prix, I think it's called. Against Stipe Miocic, a firefighter who the world champ, the heavyweight champion of the world for the UFC, and is a firefighter still from Cleveland, Ohio. And Stipe put in work. Stipe is the truth. Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time because of the amount of people and who they are. He knocked out, he beat, and has the longest consecutive title defense in the heavyweight history. So I got to say, I mean, he's got to be the best. He's got to be the best. He's the champ. But anyways, we were watching those fights and just had a really good time. And now I'm doing the podcast a little bit sleepy. Got to go do some grocery shopping. Got to do some reading. Still got to do my meditation. Maybe even go work out. It's a lot, but I had to get this one in. I wanted to say what's up. I'll see how you guys are doing. Please provide me some feedback. At the party yesterday, Saturday, I had a friend come up to me that I haven't seen in a long time. He was there. He's a mutual friend and a friend of Capichetti. Come up to me and say, hey, I really like your podcast. And that means a lot. That means a lot to me, because I want to put out content, like I've said before and said many a times, that's entertaining, that's informative, and that's relatable. So I enjoy listening to podcasts because I get to step into the brain of other people, and hopefully you guys are stepping into my brain as well, and I'm sharing some good experiences, some good stories, some funny things, and do some cool editing stuff. I got these these lights right here, these soft lights. I gotta, gonna add an extra camera so I'll have different angles, or what have you. And there's a lot more to come. So I'm gonna keep on putting these out. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it. Please tell people that you love and that you know and who might be interested in the stuff that I talk about, like regarding relationships and information in books and travel and music and health and the whole dynamics of what I feel to believe is interesting. And we're going to keep on rocking it. So I hope that you guys have a really, really good weekend. Or had a really, really good weekend. And when this is released, it'll probably be like Wednesday or so. So I hope that you have a good rest of your week and go after it, bro. Have a fantastic day. Peace.